guys, welcome to another episode of the Afro Diaspo Hustlers. On this show, we do two things. First of all, we celebrate the brilliance and the entrepreneurial spirit of the African diaspora. And secondly, we aim to inspire the younger African diasporan community through the stories of our heroes and our heroines, who are, of course, people of African descent. I am your host, Kelvin Fuamenya. On today's episode of the show, I have with me a very young person. He's probably the youngest person on this show so far. He goes by the name Kyle, and he's 25 years old, making plenty of legitimate money. On this episode, we are going to be finding out how he makes his money and the driving force behind his work ethic. Welcome to the show, Kyle.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm okay. I'm great. It's a pleasure finally getting to do this with you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to give this to you.
Okay.
You're like one of the most inspiring young persons I have met since I came to Belgium. You're literally like the youngest person on the Afro Diaspo Hustlers.
Very thank you. I'm very pleased by what you're saying right now. I'm gonna blush. That's fine. All right.
So have you ever attended a job interview before?
Yes. Okay. Couple of them when I was younger.
Okay. Did they ever ask you this question? Mm-hmm. Tell me about yourself.
That's the worst question to ask. But to talk about myself, so I'm Kyle. I'm 25 years old. So I'm born and raised in Belgium. My two parents come from Africa. So my dad is Congolese and my mom comes from Rwanda. She's born in Burundi. So I have a big mix.
African mix.
African mix. Okay. So it's huge culture.
Yeah.
And I think that's something will help me a lot about who I am today, because having this big culture in my family, my blood, helped me a lot to realize the force I have right now. So very blessed to be
African.
To be
mixed African.
Exactly. Have both country with both culture, and yeah.
Have you ever been to like any of the countries?
Sure. So I went to Rwanda, I went to Kenya, I went to Tanzania, I went to Burundi, I went to the east part of Congo as well. And
was that Bukavu?
Nah, that was Lubumbashi.
Okay.
Yeah, because my dad's come from Congo, but we don't speak Lingala, we speak Swahili, which is the most talked
spoken language.
Yeah, the most spoken language in Africa.
Really, Swahili?
Yeah, Swahili.
That's nice. Even though you're not born in Africa, but
yeah,
you're typical African.
Definitely, and Swahili is like the business language. So if you want to make money, like if you want to make money, especially in Africa, Central Africa and East part of Africa, the best way is to speak Swahili. Yeah.
Mr. Money, always talking about money. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So what does Kyle do? How does Kyle make his money?
So actually the way I'm making money is by investing money in the forex market, which is the currency market. I think everyone without knowing has been part of the forex market. So when you come like in Europe and you go to Africa to travel or to visit your family, what you do is that you take your euros and you convert it to the currency. Let's say, where are you from?
Cameroon,
which is safer money.
Yeah.
Safer.
Yeah.
So let's say, I don't know, that you have 1,000 euros, you go to Cameroon, you exchanging your European money to safer.
650,000 safer.
Wow, I would not be able to do this math right now, but let's say that. So what's happening is like you convert this money to what's the currency you have in Cameroon and the safer, and you have first the purchase power, because the value of euro is bigger than the CFA from Cameroon, right? And it allows you to purchase a lot of things and whatever. So let's say you didn't spend all your money, and then you go back to Europe and you convert your money from CFA from Cameroon to euro, and you see that at first you have like a percentage that was maybe lower at the entrance to Cameroon, but on the exit, like maybe weeks or months after, you see you have more money than what was expected. This benefit is what I'm making as money, converting euro to other currencies that I know that euro have like more power than the other one, like a weak currency, and the benefits between both of them on a amount of time, can be minutes, hours, months sometimes, is what I'm gaining. Like is what I'm gaining.
What you gain, yeah.
What I gain.
Profit, yeah.
This is my profit. And let's say that when I went to Dubai, I'll give you an example. I went to Dubai and I did the same thing. So that was euro versus dirham from Dubai. And at some point, I stayed there for 1 month. So I'm planning my spending before going to Dubai. So I know that this amount of money normally is divided by 4. When I came back to Europe a month after, I realized that it was not divided by 4, but it divided by 3. That means that I gained money coming back.
Okay.
So this is the power of trading like currency.
So you're counting on the other currency to appreciate?
Exactly.
So what if the other currency doesn't appreciate?
So I'm losing money. So this is the part of the game. So if it's depreciate,
yeah.
so if the money goes down, in that case, I'm losing money. So what you need to do is to make a study about the country you converted your money with, to understand what's going to happen. Is this the currency? Is the country in good shape? Is this a war coming soon? Is there
An election.
Election events? I was talking about Dubai, but a couple of months ago we had like what we call the cup, football cup. We had in Qatar. We had
the World Cup.
The World Cup. The World Cup, or was African Cup?
World Cup. African Cup was in Côte d'Ivoire.
Okay, so it was the World Cup. So that means that we have a lot of tourists coming to Qatar, which means there is a lot of people
Demanding.
that will give their currency to demand Qatar's currency, right? And with that means that we have more demand. So in business and in commerce, more demand means the value goes up because there is a lot of people that want this currency.
And the supply is limited.
Exactly. And we knew about the Qatar Cup, we knew about the World Cup months before, years before. So in that case, what you can do is like, okay, I know that the Qatar Cup is coming. So what I can do is, if I see that maybe the European countries doesn't have any event, doesn't have any momentum, doesn't have anything happening so far, I will, for a small period of time, because the World Cup is a couple of months, it's like maybe two months maximum, I will use my euros, convert it to Qatar's currency for the amount of time that the World Cup will have, and I hope, let's say like this, I hope that the value will goes up, and these benefits, this profit, I take back and go back to euros.
So do you have to travel to do this business?
We don't. You just need your smartphone. But you know, most of the people use their smartphone as dumb phone. So here, no, you just need internet.
Yeah.
You just need apps, and because the currency market is available to anyone, so you just need to have internet, a laptop, a smartphone, or a tablet, and that will help you to have access to the most liquid market on the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you mentoring or tutoring anybody? I mean, like for our viewers that are mostly like the young Africans in the diaspora, like if they want to learn how to make like money with their smartphones and not let their phones be dumb, I mean, how do they find you or link up with you? And are you open to teaching people?
So back in the days, I wasn't open to teach to people because that's something really personal. Like the way I'm seeing the market is really different than the way others see the market, because everyone see the same thing. But I will see opportunities where you don't, and you will see opportunities where I don't, because it depends on how you invest it. Is it short-term investment, middle-term investment, or long-term investment? And with this strategy, you need to find an edge, because the market will do whatever you want. So first, you need to find an edge, and when you find your edge, you will see the probability of winning. Let's say that my edge is winning 1 on 2. That means that I have 50% of the chance that what I'm doing will make me money, right? With that, the only thing you need to do is losing less money than what you're gaining, because on the long run, it means that if I'm winning one time and the second time I'm losing, I just have to lose less.
The second time?
And the second time. And doing like this, you will see that your equity curve will goes up.
Okay.
And on the long run, you make money. And this is with an edge of 50%. You have edge of 60%. You have edge of 80%. And what will give you the possibility to have an 80% of edge, of 60% of edge, will be the information you're gaining about the markets. So here, I only told you about the World Cup, but there is sometimes elections, as you said. There is sometimes ECB speech, like the European Central Banks. We know in advance what will happen. Like last year, what we have the interest rate raise from the government of United States. And what we saw is that every time that Powell is the president of the Central Bank of America.
Mm-hmm.
So every time he was speaking about raising interest rates. When you know about raising interest rate, what you see is that the market goes up.
So the dollar becomes more expensive.
Exactly.
So is that why the dollar was equal to the euro last year?
Yes, and also because on the other hand, we had the euro that had also issues. We had the war with Ukraine. Yeah. Businessmen doesn't like wars. We don't like conflicts. We like stability, we like money, we like business. And when you understand there is a war on that part, we don't want to spend money there.
Yeah.
So what we do, we will put money where the raise is higher or where the money is safe, like gold. People also invest in commodities. It's like, okay, I'm going to invest in gold because if there is war, there is uncertainties, and I will put money on gold because let's say it's the end of the world. We don't have any currency, we don't have any euro, we don't have any Japanese crypto, but there is still gold because this is the natural resource. This is the first currency that we have, one of the first currency that we have back in the days. So with this logic, you understand where you have to invest your money. And during COVID, you should have invested your money in petrol.
Why?
Because it was cheaper. And then if you have let's say if you have hope that the civilization will come back after COVID, you invest money in petrol because after the COVID, exactly.
And you sell for higher prices.
Exactly.
So how do you buy petrol? Like, do you go buy petrol and keep in your house or what?
Take your phone, go on the internet, you have access to the market. But also you have the possibility to have access to some market where you actually buy. So it's a terms market. So I will not have the time to explain it on a video because it can be a little bit.
It's a masterclass.
It's definitely a masterclass, and I think most people will have questions when I explain that because it's really more complex. But keep in mind that you have access to a certain market where you can buy gold or petrol, and you have, let's say, 30 days to either take a decision, which means to sell it to someone else, or to have it at your home. And I have a friend that was investing in petrol, and he invested in terms contract in the petrol market. And a couple of months after, someone called him and said, hey,
your petrol is here?
Yeah, where I put it? He has a lot of barrel of petrol. Yeah. And he said, where should I put it? Where is your address? And the guy was like, oh. And so there is also companies.
What did he do with the petrol?
I don't remember, but so it means that also companies, they don't have to go somewhere to buy petrol. They can also buy it online because this is market accessible. Let's say you also have the same thing with burger and chicken. Like you have McDonald's, they can also buy chicken on the markets, buy it in advance.
Why is this giving La Casa de Papel?
Or, it's because let's say that they know that they don't eat chicken right now, right? But they know that the price is cheap, right? So what they will do, they will already buy it in terms because they know that they will receive it in 3 months or in 6 months or in 1 year.
So they now get cheaper chicken in future?
Exactly. This is the future market.
It's like a time game.
Exactly. So the market is so vast, you have a lot of ways to buy something.
Yeah.
And the same thing, let's say you buy petrol right now, you know it's cheap right now, but you know that somehow the price will be higher after. That means that at the terms, depending on the condition of the market and depending on what's happening in the world, you could buy now and have it to sell it at a better price after in the future. So there is a lot of ways to interact with the market. So you can either have a transaction right now or also in the future.
Okay. So do you buy, apart from currencies and commodities, do you do like stocks, crypto as well?
Yeah.
All those things.
So I buy stocks because that was the first thing I saw in books when I was interested in
Investing.
when I was investing. But it's really a long-term type of strategy.
So do you buy ETFs or you buy individual stocks?
Both. So ETF will be more with general market, where I don't have a lot of knowledges. Let's say my recent purchase was in ETF about energy solar and clean energy. So since I didn't have that much time to go deep about all the company existing, the market capitalization, the earnings, etc. What I did is I checked about ETF, about clean energy, and since I wanted to be part of what's happening about the clean energy, but I didn't want to spend the time to find the company,
The details, yeah.
I rather buy ETFs. But let's say that about tech companies, I really love tech companies, and I have money in the tech ETFs and also other ETF like S&P 500 is the basic one. But I also have personal preferences, so I really like, let's say, Apple, or I really like, let's say, Tesla, and these are the type of thing I will do. So I will do some personal or preferences investment. And also ETFs, let's talk about the S&P 500. We'll have a strategy that's more against the inflations. That really I'm investing to make money, or investing because I know that we will receive dividends and stuff like that. It will really be an opportunity to put my money on something that will fight the inflation or be better than the inflation.
Yeah. Higher rate.
Yeah. Because normally, let's say, I know that for a good economy, especially in Europe, 2% of inflation is a good number it's a good number. If you are a good economy and you're growing, having a 2% of inflation is good. So when you know that when you put your money in the bank, most of the bank here in Belgium, I'm speaking about Belgium, give you 1% of interest rates, you know that every year you're losing 1%.
Yeah.
So when you know that sometimes S&P 500 can go to 4% of gains or to 8% of gains, you know that, okay, instead of putting my money every month in the bank, I will put it myself in the S&P 500. Why? Because the S&P 500 is the 500
biggest company
in the world.
Nvidia, Apple,
exactly.
Microsoft.
And that means that what they're doing is related or correlated to what's actually happening right now in the world. So their prices, Apple, the iPhone, will be higher every year, because it depends of the inflation
model,
and also what people is spending, how the people are spending. So what they are doing is really correlated is really correlated about
what we are living
exactly
in current times.
Exactly, and the rates about the banks is not correlated at all.
So and there's a thing with the S&P 500. It's like a super combo.
Exactly.
So even if one person is not doing well, there's 499 others that can,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most of the time you have a rating, So Vanguard, all those big banks.
Yeah.
If you're not good, you're out of the S&P 500,
Okay.
You cannot stay. Because you're not one of the biggest companies anymore. So that's something that's so great, because it's really reducing the fear about what's happening if If you're not one of 500, you're not one of 500. So someone else will replace you.
Yeah.
So it's going to be another company in the node. And you were talking about cryptocurrency. Do you know that now you have ETFs about also crypto?
No.
So now we do. So it means that let's say that you don't want to take time about knowing this one, Solana, Polkadot, Bitcoin, all those things, and you want to be part of the movement, but you don't have, let's say, the capital, or you don't have the knowledge about it. Say, you know what? I will invest in the ETF so that I have a foot everywhere, and if it goes up with me.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like ETF is a really good thing. I actually, when all the people ask me, "Oh, Kyle, how should I invest my money now?" I say, ETFs.
Younger people.
Younger people say, take the risk. Take your book, take your knowledges, and learn. Always. Because if you don't want to be, let's say, if you're scared about the market will control you. So that's something you have to understand, like about everything. So in Belgium, I remember you were talking about my job interview. So I remember my first paycheck. I received my paycheck with all the details, and that goes there, and that the taxes, this goes for the transport, and that. And that was Chinese. I didn't understand. I was like, what is this? That was another language. I was like, what does that mean? You know, that was so much numbers, so much letters that I didn't understand. I was like, you know what? I'm not even thinking about it. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters to me is that I have my money in my bank account. And one day, I was chilling in the lunch room with my colleague, and they were talking about, I didn't receive the money about the transport. I said, how do you know that? Yeah, because you need to read that line, and that line should be filled with transport. If you don't have that line, that means you didn't get the money. I was like, yeah. And I've been there for 6 months. That was the first time I took this paper and I checked. And I see this month I didn't have the transport money. And I said, you know what, maybe this mistake, I went the month before, didn't get it. Month before, you know that I didn't have the money since day one. So at the end, I was adding all the money. They owe me 600 euros. I was like, man, that's a rent. So I was like, because I was scared about the knowledge, I didn't want to say, I will let someone do the work for me.
Yeah.
I was saying, it's fine. I was losing money because of it.
Of ignorance, yeah. Ignorance was costing you.
Ignorance was costing me. It has the same thing about cryptocurrency. By thinking that it's not for me, or it's too complicated, or I don't want to take the time, because that was 2 minutes. I would just need to open the paper, read the line, say, okay, transport, yeah, I have the money, it's fine. That was 2 minutes. And I was lazy. And this laziness cost me 600 euros. If I didn't say anything, trust me, this company will never say, hey Kai, we do owe you 600 euros. No, never. And I sent in emails like a good 9-to-5 guy, hey, you owe me 600 euros. And they said, oh my God, that was a mistake. Yeah, that was
6 more.
Come on, that was a mistake. And they sent me the money after, so that was 600 euros, but come on. So that's the same thing about cryptocurrency, forex market, all those things. Like, staying in your comfort zone will cost you, definitely. Because you never know what you could do with those knowledges. Sometimes you can adapt. And I was talking about the fact that sometimes when you realize, you don't realize how many time you have in a day. So when you take time to sit and say, okay, how many time do I have in a day? We have 24 hours. Okay, how much sleep did I take from these 24 hours? 8 hours. And when you take the time to really look deep about the time you actually spending. So sometimes you can see that, I have 30 minutes per day, I have 1 hour per day left, I have 2 hours per day.
How do you use that?
How do you use that? And sometimes say, you know what? I will use the 30 minutes, 1 hour or more to read a book about something I don't know, learn something. Why? Because maybe in January I don't know anything, but if I add all the 30 minutes, all the hours during the month, during the year, next year I will know maybe
you should have mastered something, bro.
Something, at least. Because if you stay, I think that's something you say on one of your videos. I really liked it. You say that
Can't you remember what I said?
Like you're in March. If you have the habits of March,
Yeah.
In April, you will have the results of March.
Nothing is going to change.
Nothing is gonna change. So when people have like miserable lives, say, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Okay, fine. This is something, that's something great, because you need to realize first what's happening in your life. The next thing to do is take actions. What are you going to do to change that, right?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to stay saying, oh, I have a miserable life, or are you going to say, I'm tired of it?
Yo, Kyle.
Yo.
That's been like a lot of knowledge so far. And so for the typical like young diasporan, let's say we just came to Europe, right? Generally in Africa, first of all, we don't have the know-how on how to invest, the financial, Africa is not financially inclusive, so we don't know how to like go about like the money market and certain things, and it's even more restricted in certain countries like Nigeria with like a lot of scandals on scam and stuff. Let's say the young diaspora who just got to like Europe or America, for instance, with the only financial advice we get home is save your money. Nobody teaches you on how to invest your money. Your mom just tells you, oh, you have to save, oh, you have to save. But now how do you invest this money to beat interest rates and make profit?
Okay, so when you're here in Belgium, right?
Belgium.
So when you come
okay,
to
let's
Europe,
talk about Belgium.
Okay, so when I'm talking about Belgium, is like you have to understand how the banking system works. That's the first thing to do, is because you're giving your money to a system. The best way to understand how this system works by gaining knowledge about how the markets is working, how the money is flowing, how the money flow comes and go. And the best way to do is by reading books. So most of the people will say, oh, the books are expensive, books are expensive, I don't have access to them, or sometimes it's on Amazon and stuff like that. So what you can maybe try is to go to a library, because it's, in Belgium it's a bibliothèque. So library give you access to full knowledge, to full books for free, where you can gain all the knowledge you need to understand, you need to have to understand how the markets work. Or just find someone that knows better than you, like someone that have knowledge, someone that works in the back, someone that works in the market, so someone that knows more than you. Because I think that's the best way to learn and also to create friends. And like this, you will surround yourself with people that know more than you, that have more knowledge than you. And like this.
How do you find these people? How did you find these people?
Did I find it? No, most of the people normally they like to do what we call afterworks. So I was just spending time on Facebook, checking to see if there is events about finance, events about banks, events about how to invest, all those things. I was checking it online on Facebook, because you come to a country, those events have to have like a social platform to make noise. And I was checking myself online, okay, and I found a lot of things. There is also in university, finances circle, where they talk about how to invest, how to gain knowledges and stuff like that. And the good thing is, like, when you go to the university or those type of groups, you will find people that have normally your age or have the same age gap, that have more knowledge than you, and you have normally more interest. Like you do normally the same thing as the young people, you do sport and stuff. So you can create friendships, and on some parts you can also gain knowledge. And this is how I did. So I remember the first time someone spoke to me about ETFs. That was crazy. Like,
where was that? From school?
That wasn't even from school. So I remember I was checking online. I was on Facebook, like liking motivational things, liking stuff about finances that I didn't even understand. I was just like, oh, that's finance, like, oh, share, or repost, all the things. And I had I think Facebook understood what was my interest, and I had an event, and that was a boot camp for 2 days. From a university.
Boot camp.
Yeah, a boot camp for 2 days about invest, and you have the possibility to visit hedge funds and stuff. And I didn't even understand the thing. I was like, I want to be part of it. And So my main language, my how do you say that main language? My native language is French.
Okay.
So normally I speak French, and here in Belgium you should speak French, Dutch, and sometimes German, but most French and Dutch. So I saw that the event was created by Kyle Lukaba. That was a Dutch-speaking university, but I didn't care. I was like, I'm gonna go, and I written a message to them and I said, hey, I'm interested to come, and they allowed me to come. And with that, I had access to the biggest hedge funds from Belgium, but one of the world was one of the biggest hedge funds was BlackRock. BlackRock.
Vanguard.
Exactly. So I went to there. I had a whole boot camp. I had a whole boot camp in BlackRock, and one of the themes that we spoke during the boot camp was ETFs, and what you said. We had activities during the day. We had a speech. Explanation about what is BlackRock and stuff like that, and how to invest, what was the different markets and stuff, and yeah, finally ETFs. And one of the activity was to create an ETF that will be attractive, and I was really impressed. And now 2024, so it's 3 years after that bootcamp.
They are now ETFs.
Now they have ETFs in the market, like about cryptocurrency.
Okay.
And the craziest thing about it is like my Dutch was so bad and my English was also bad, but I was just there, curious, taking notes about stuff. I thought I was
trying to translate from Dutch.
Exactly, and also I was using my phone and I record. I press record. Like, you know what? It's okay if I don't understand right now. I will understand later. And I had no clue about ETFs, nothing. And I went back home and I said, what is that ETF? Because at the end of the day, they explained, say, yeah, guys, everyone understand everything is happening? And everyone said, yeah. And they thought I didn't say anything. It's like, do you understand? It's like, no. Say, do you understand Dutch? I'm like, no. But the whole meeting was in Dutch. I'm like, yeah, but I was here. I was hungry. That was the only thing that matters to me. And I make friends there. And that was my first foot in the financial market. So checking online for events that talks about investment, that talk about how to
finances generally.
Yeah, how all things happening, and you will make friends in the field. And I still have those people in my Instagram account. We still follow each other, and that was very great. That was very impressive, and that was one of them. And
so going to the events, going to the place where you learn about
going to events,
library. So we spoke about the library or reading
events. The same thing, you know, young people that come here, most of the time, what they do, they try to make a quick, to find events about partying. Yeah. So, where is the next party? Or I want Afrobeats music. Where you have the energy to know how to find place to entertain, like to find parties. Take the same energy to gain knowledge, because this is not different. Huh? It's just that the arrow is in a different place. So you just have
energy, just focus.
Exactly. Focus on something that will make you money, instead of finding something that will make you spend money. For girls, and girls will still be there. They will still be there. But I think girls also, they'll rather be with someone that has money than nothing.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. If you like girls, okay, be focused on girls, but make money, because
they want money.
They want money too. So yeah. If I can say a final thing, so the first thing is like, if the only clue you had is like to save money, keep in mind that was the best advice that your mom gave you, because you will not be able to make money if you don't save money. And keep in mind that most of people doesn't know how to save money. So if you know how to save money, bro, don't be scared. You really that close to where you should be.
Yeah, because if you have to invest money, you need the money.
You need the money. You need the money. You need to spare money. You don't have to. Don't compare yourself to someone else. Like they're spending. You know. Maybe they're spending a lot right now, but keep in mind where will they be with that spending habits in 5 years? They will not be able to spend the same thing because we have inflation. So You have 1,000 euros, you're making on bottles and stuff like that. With that same 1,000 euros in 5 years, you will not be able to buy the same bottle. So use that money to gain knowledge, because they will pay you after.
Exactly.
And a guy told me, what you're doing right now will show in 5 years. So it's the same thing like growing a tree or growing a plant. You put a seed in a pot, put water on it. You don't expect to have leaves after two
days.
2 days, no. You wait and you put water, best light. You put the best material. You put everything. You cherish. You cherish everything, and then you see, wow, I have the best apple. And then you have an apple tree in your garden, and you eat for life, forever, because you did the good thing. Instead of going to the supermarket and buying an apple, you have one in your own house.
Dude, how did you get this wise at 25?
Come on, read books. All podcasts for new people that doesn't like books, because there is people that don't like books, but you can gain knowledge. Just gain knowledge. At the end of the day, that's the main goal. So either you gain knowledge by reading books, listening to podcasts. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. Just gain knowledge for someone that knows better than you. And take notes. Take notes, because your mind will not be able to remember everything is happening. Even if you 100%, it will not. It will not. Take notes, because even if you have someone that already saying something that you already know in front of you, take notes.
Still take notes.
Still take note, because it will be harder written in your mind, or you will see that he said it in another ways that you might like. Okay, I like that way he said that, and you will have it to you.
We've spoken a lot about reading, and these are 2 reasons. I'm just going to drop this here. Right? Okay. 2 reasons why everybody should read.
Yeah.
First of all, the OGs, like the most knowledgeable in certain fields and discipline. I remember, like, when we were out there, you gave me a book on Warren Buffett, right? The autobiography of Warren Buffett, I guess. They have like the OGs, and Warren Buffett is like the OG in finance and investing. So the OGs have written a book, or they have people who have written the books about them, right? So you're learning from the best by reading those books. And secondly, I read an article, they said the average CEO reads 60 books a year. That's over a book, that's like 1.2 book every week, right? So CEOs are people who are supposed to have made it in this world. It's not, I don't think money is their motivation anymore, because those dudes make over $1 million every year. So if the average CEO reads 60 books in a year, and CEOs are supposed to be people who know it all, who have gotten to the pinnacle of success, but they are still curious on learning more, what do you think got them there in the first place? Is that same damn curiosity of wanting to know more all the time?
Exactly. Stay curious, because come on, that's free hunger. Being curious is free hunger. Because you want to learn more, do more, be better, attract more. And it's just, you will be satisfied, but you will still hungry.
So what are your like top 5 books on finance?
Top 5, man, you caught me off guard. Top 5. I'm not gonna say Rich Dad Poor Dad, because I think if you guys watching this video, I think everyone knows about Rich Dad Poor Dad of Robert Kiyosaki. But my favorite book, I think one of them that has the most impact in my life, I will check here the name, because man, here. The
Money Psychology.
Yeah, the Money Psychology. This one is like Rich Dad Poor Dad, but it's better. I don't know how. It's like a little bit better. I really like this book because it opened my eyes about the domino effect that you can have on your investment. Because Rich Dad Poor Dad is good because you know the difference because liability and assets. But this one,
and you clearly understand the difference between, you know, the difference between being employed, being self-employed, owning a business, and investing.
Exactly.
So there are four different
type of people. Exactly.
So the first two, self-employed and self-employed, they actually don't make money because they say trade time for money.
Exactly.
But those who own the business and those who are investors, those are the real people who are like free.
Exactly. And that's something I really like to. I will use your example about the four type of people here. we shouldn't be like mad about people that are like actually like exchanging the time with money. Because we need to start something.
Yeah.
We need to start somewhere. Don't be like, oh, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be an investor, I'm going to drop my current job.
Yeah.
Don't be dumb, please, come on. Like, know the risk, right?
Yeah.
So, as you said, you need to save first, but to save money, you need to have money, you need to make money. So be humble, stay where you are, but change your mindset, right? You receive your paycheck, what I'm doing with that? Okay, that part goes to the bills, that part goes to that. And this goes to investment, this goes to
Bolero.
yeah, Bolero and stuff.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, books is not here to make you like I don't know the word in English, but in Dutch we say stoever. It's like someone that is
Aggressive.
now is showing off. Like,
Proud.
I know, proud. Nah, that's worse than proud. It's like, I'm better than you.
Okay.
It's like, you know, people that say, oh, you know, since I read that book, I'm better than you.
It's still pride, but
Yeah, it's
generally
like-
the
it's
advice is stay humble, right?
Yeah, so stay humble. Why? Because you never know who you have in front of you, first of all. And second of all,
You
it's
need to
like,
start from somewhere.
you need to start from somewhere. You know, there is a lot of quotes that say, yeah, I don't change my time with that, you need to do this, you need to, yeah, okay, but start from somewhere. Because with that, first of all, you're humble enough to understand that money has value. Like, I'm not going to spend, like, I know that my goal is to have, let's say, a Ferrari, right? But if I have the money to buy a Ferrari right now, am I going to buy the Ferrari right now? Or am I going to find a way to invest so that when I will have the Ferrari, I will be able to pay the car bill, the gasoil.
Yeah.
If I make an accident, I have to be able to maintain, you know,
Ferrari, yeah.
the Ferrari. It's like being at the top is good, but stay on the top is something else.
Yeah.
Because if you make your first million, it's fine, okay. But if you go buy a 500,000 euros villa, but you don't know how to maintain this living, maintain this lifestyle, you're gonna lose money. And this is why I don't remember why we talk about this, but yeah, it's like
Yeah, we're talking about like.
yeah, we were talking about books. Come on.
Yeah.
So the first one is the psychology of money. The second one, since I'm a trader and I invest in my money, I'm investing in the forex market, is Market Wizard Market Wizard of Jack Swagger. So this book really helped me a lot because it's really joining what you said about surrounding yourself, like going to mentors and stuff, so that you can find and gain knowledge, right? So this book is huge interviews about the best traders of all time, and one of them is also Warren Buffett. So the good thing is, like, you understand the beginning of their career, and you will see that most of them were not even
Finance.
intellectual. So
okay.
they were not even in the finance study or stuff. There is a lot of people that were not even in the bank system, in the bank field. So when you understand their story, you're like, okay, so if they're able to do it, I'm also able to do it. And also they explain how they invest. So not every trader, not every investor are investing the same way, because it's a psychological field. In the way I see the market, depending of my experience and depending of sometimes also my background. So there is a lot of, let's say quickly, if people, or if you're in your life, you have a lot of people that told you that money is bad, or you know, when you make money, you have the evil eye. So most of the time, someone
you have to do bad things to make money.
Yeah, you have to do bad things. Also, there are people that think that, oh, if you make money, be careful, because I don't know how, but somehow people or the world will make you lose that money. So what's happening with, let's say, this type of people is like you
fear making money.
You fear, making money. So you're in profit, let's say of 1,000 euros, and you say, okay, like I make my, I just did an analysis about the market, and I see that where the market should go will be at that level, right? And you see that you're at that level, and let's say you say 1,000 euros. Instead of seeing 1,000 euros, us, like trader, we don't see money. We see like gains. We see percentages. And then see that at that part, you have 1,000 euros. If in your mind, in your life, people told you that be careful about the money because someone can steal it to you, you will see 1,000 euros. Like, with that 1,000 euros, I don't know. I will take the money. I will withdraw the money. It's fine. It's fine. And I don't see it back.
You don't accumulate to go to 10K.
Exactly. You just
100K.
stopping at 1,000 because your limitation, what you have in your mind, you say that's the only thing that's
good for you. That's like your ceiling.
Exactly.
Your mental ceiling.
Because you never touch more than that. You never see more than that. You never. And also sometimes they think that's the only thing you deserve. 1,000 and that's it. And if most of the time there's a lot of traders that will say, yeah, I see the market goes there, then draw down and went back up. And you see that instead of making 1,000, you could make 10,000 euros.
Because you took the 1,000 off.
Exactly. But you have also the same thing about people that are greedy. You see that, let's say you make 1,000 and you see that the market doesn't have the same impulsion, the same momentum. And say, yeah, no, it's going to go there, it's going to go there. And you see that the market doesn't go there, it goes down. And you just see the money goes down and goes down. And you take no action about it. You will see that you will lose money as well because you're too greedy. Or sometimes you see that the target is there, it's nearly there, but the market do whatever they want to do. There is people that have more liquidity, more money than you, that will control the market. And you see that, you should take part of the profits, or at least a good amount of it. And people will say, and go there. You have people that had purchased Bitcoins, see it goes to 60,000 euros, and go back to 15,000 euros.
But I think from J.L. Collins, the advice is you play the long-term game.
Exactly.
You cannot play the market. It's not time in the market. It's a time in the market. So even if it's 15K tomorrow, you have to. Maybe it's not. My mindset is maybe it's just a long-term game. It might drop, and you don't. His advice was like, don't see your investment as don't put it in monetary terms. Put it in terms of ownership.
Exactly.
Even if it drops, you still own X% of Apple.
Exactly.
It's not, even if it's 100K or 10K, it's still X% of what you're doing. So maybe.
And when you see at 15,000, that's discount. Come on, buy more. Buy more because you see it there. Okay, it's like there is people that will say, yeah, but if I see the money there, since I'm seeing long run, I'm not going to take profit of it. Okay, fine, fair enough. But just take actions. You don't have to take all the money. You can take partial profit, and you can, when you go is a little bit go down, buy more. This is what we call money management. Equity management. Okay. How you let's say how you manage your position. Because taking decisions is fine, but you know to understand where you go and where you go out. Because if you don't know where you go out, the market will do whatever they want. Okay. You need to have an entry strategy and also an exit strategy. What I'm going to do if it goes down. Okay. If you don't have an exit strategy, man, you will lose money. So that was the first book. Second book was Psychology of Money. I think I already said that. Yeah. So that was bye. The third book is Trading in the Zone. It also again, a trading book that allowed me to really focus on what is happening on the market, not the noises that is left and right, what is happening on the market. Be focused on the price and not what people say, because you should say, I think it's going up, and my strategy say it's going down. I will follow you, and it's going to go my way. I understand why you see things like that, because this is your analysis. You have your own edge. If you have your own edge, it means that an edge is like a ringtone that you know that when he's doing this is going to happen 50% of the chance. But my edge and your edge is not the same thing, and my sensibility about the market is not the same. So be focused on the zone. Put your phone on silent mode. Talk to no one. Be focused on what you're doing, because it's money. Respect the money, right? And
that's three.
Fourth one is best losers wins. And this is why you told me, what's happening when the value of the currency goes down? And I told you, I'm losing money. I think I said that with a smile. Why? Because this is the game. You need to be able to lose money to make money. And best losers wins. Because on the long run, if you know how to lose, you will be able to know how to make money as well.
I think I saw a post of Alex Homozy on, I don't know where, somewhere. He was like, he lost 10K to make his first 100K.
Exactly.
He lost 100K to make his first million. He lost a million to make his first 10 million. And he lost 10 million to make his first 100 million.
Exactly. If you're like, oh, losing, because you know, in our generation, in our world, losing is so bad.
Yeah.
Like if you lose, oh my God, you lost money. Oh, no. It's dramatic. I'm smiling when I'm losing money. That was hard. Huh? First of all, I had to deconstruct this idea about that losing was bad. No, I'm done losing, I'm learning. What's happening is like losing is only losing if you do nothing about it.
Exactly.
If you take the time to understand why did I lose, what happened, blah, 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 it's not losing, it's learning. And next time, you will just cross stuff about you losing reasons, like all the reasons that you lose, day by day will be crossed one by one. And one day, I hope after maybe months of years, you will see that all the reason why you were losing will not be there. And the only thing will happen is like making money.
This is strategy.
Yep.
You know, and you can apply it to any discipline. I remember I was watching a video of Kobe Bryant, and there was something he was saying. There was a year, I think when he was 16, he wasn't a good NBA player.
Yep.
They made a ranking of the best players in he was number 50 something, and there was a season he played without literally making a single point. And his dad told him, I love you and something, you know, like even if you don't make a point, I still love you, I'm your dad, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay, that's good. That's a good thing to tell the child to keep his morale up. But then what does he do? He literally made a list of all his weaknesses and he went after it. And in 3 years time, nigga was like, there was nobody. All the people were ahead of him. He crushed every single person. He just made a strategy of, he wasn't strong, he wasn't fast, he had weakness. He took like time by, you cannot fix all the problems at once. So he took like, as you were saying, making a list of and he literally, 3 years later on, nigga was best NBA player in the world.
That's perfect, because what you just say come aligned with the last book I'm going to talk about right now.
Let's have it.
Is One Good Trade of Michael Bellafiore. And this book taught me that the best traders are not bankers, they are athletes.
Okay.
Because athletes, they have the ability to be humble enough to say, okay, where are my weaknesses? Like good athletes, there is some now, right? Good athletes will watch the game, see where are the weaknesses, where are my pivot.
Kobe did all
Kobe,
of that. Yeah.
and you have also, I think Kobe also and LeBron James, you know that LeBron James, how he plays basketball is by analytics, statistics.
Funny enough, I'm not a basketball person. I love motivation and inspiration.
Yep.
That's how I got about Kobe's story. Unfortunately, I'm only liking him this much after he's dead. Yeah. But may he so rest in peace. But yeah, I've never really watched NBA because, you know, like time zones and stuff, Africa time and blah. I've never really been an NBA person, but I was just like, strategically, you can use this knowledge in everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what they were talking about, the thing is like, athletes, they watch, you know, you have to play a game, and they will watch their own game and see, okay, this I did not did well. Or sometimes when they shoot, they know by percentage how many chains they have,
how many they missed.
Yeah, how many chains they missed, but also what is the win rates to score from that place of the field. And this is joining the same thing about the edge, about the market. When I see this, what is the winning rate? What is my how do you say in English? The percentage of chance of probability that I'm going to make money if I take this decision. It is same thing with the basketball, same thing with all those sports. It is why that trading is more an athlete's type of work than actually a banker.
Banker's job.
Banking, they're bad at trading. They're not making money. We don't have the same reason to be on the market. And that's the thing, is like...
He's on the market to make money out of you.
Exactly. That's the thing, is they're going to see what everyone's doing and say, okay, I know, because if you check online, all the knowledges that's online, 99% of them are not good. Are not knowledges that will make you money. Because 99% of traders are losing money on the long run. So you should do the opposite of what they're doing to make money. And so what I was joining is like, if You will make more money by going on the market, opening your computer, recording what you're doing on the computer, all the decisions you're making on the computer, than actually buying a $1,000
Book or
course online.
Yeah.
Why? Because as I told you, trading is a personal game. So the way I trade is different than what you trade. So I will gain more knowledge by looking and being critics about what I'm doing and say, okay, I should
rather
do
than
it.
looking at your own game.
Exactly. It's like, okay, I should do this. Oh, I did that. That didn't work. Why? Pa, 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 pa. You will do this, and professional trader, the ones, the real ones. That's something we don't say. They don't say on YouTube's and stuff. They record their computer. They checked what's happening, and this habit will make people money on the long run, 100%, 100%. Not the course, not the book, not the thing, but being self-critics.
Self-critical.
Self-critic, like an athlete. Say, okay, I'm up, showing up every day on the market. Good day, bad day, I don't care. Losing, good.
Learning from your losses.
Learning from my losses, good. Like winning, good. Having the same stoicism. I'm stoic. I'm like, okay, I make money, okay. I lose money, okay. I don't care, because I know that on the long run, I will make money. Like I can maybe lose money like for a whole month. Since my age is calculated and well known, I know that maybe after 1,000 of trade, I will make money. And that's the thing, you have to have the psychology to understand that you could lose money for maybe a month. Like every day you go, you will lose money. You will lose. But if you backtested your age and you know that you have 50% of chance of winning, somehow the maybe 100 days of losing, the next 100 days will be winning.
50-50.
And if you give up after the 100 days, bro, what are you doing? Come on. And that's the thing. And then what you do is when you make money, like when you're on the winning streak, you add more. Be bigger. Be bigger. Yeah, I'm making. Add more. People, when they make money, they're scared. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm taking the money, and then no. Real traders that make money, they add more. When they're making money, they add on. We call it adding on. It's like they add more when they make money, and they lose less. When they're losing, they cut directly. They cut. Cut the loss. And when you cut the loss and add more, you will see that the equity curve
is high, yeah.
And this is a 1,000 euros
master.
This information they don't even give you to $10,000 courses. They don't give you. They will say, okay, this is support, this is resistance, you should do this, but they don't understand. They don't make you create your own strategy. They just create a strategy and say, okay, this is
just do this, yeah.
And just do this. But your trading is not the same as mine. But yeah, whatever. So that was the book, my favorite books, and yeah.
Okay. There's a long list of questions I wanted to ask you, but I'm not gonna do that no more. I think
will be in another day, but it's fine.
We've had like way too much information than we do.
Mm-hmm.
So to close or to round things up, let's connect all of this information to our people, which are like the diasporans, right? So looking at the young diasporan around you, so two things. First of all, like when you look at the diasporan community, first of all, what do you see amongst people of African descent that tells you that, yo, there's hope amongst my people? And secondly, what do you think they are doing wrong, or probably they should change or stop doing or do better?
So the good thing about African diaspora is that unless us that are like born and raised in Belgium, like actually the African diaspora, when I say that, is like people that come from Africa, like right now, born in Africa, came here. Because I'm born and raised here in Belgium. The difference between us is like, I see that African from diaspora, they are hungry. They didn't have the time to be comfortable. So here in Belgium, myself, and I can tell because I live my own body. I'm one of them. I was comfortable. I'm good. We're good in Belgium.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have the system. We have the social system. If I'm not working, it's fine, because I know that they will give me 1,000 euros per month. Blah 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 blah. But people that come from Africa, they come with hope. You know, when you have hope, you're able to do anything. Here in Belgium, or here in Europe, there is a lot of people, you see, they're grumpy. This country is not good, this country, you know, they're just
to
grumpy,
Africa, bro.
grumpy, but like,
Go to Africa.
yeah, oh my God,
Africa,
maybe
yeah.
I didn't have the experience, but I think that people that come from outside, like, that come here, they have hope to better, because that's the same thing. It's like, maybe here we're grumpy, but when we go somewhere else, we have hope.
Yeah.
We have hope to do better,
Yeah.
to be better, and attract better. And I think with this is the good energy they have. And with that, they have to keep in mind that they're able to do anything in their power. Anything in their power, that means that anything that you put your action, anything that you take action to it, will bring you one step closer of your goal. And this is the thing I really see is like they're hungry. That's I really liked. And actually, I don't see bad things about them. I think the only maybe problem that could be is that, you know, like I remember my mom when she explained me how she viewed Europe when she was coming here. She was like surprised by the buildings and stuff. But that was in 1998. So it doesn't matter anymore because it doesn't matter anymore because now in Africa we also have buildings.
Yeah.
So you're not impressed about buildings anymore. I hope you're not impressed about buildings anymore. But the thing is like you're, let's say,
yeah, I think there's still supposed to be like a little bit of mindset polishing, even if it's not buildings.
Yeah.
It might be a technology or something. So there's still some, you know, little bit of mindset readjustment that's necessary.
So what they shouldn't be driven by is like what they say on rap music, you know, bling blings, big cars and stuff, because most of them is like everyone. You see television, you want to do the same thing there. You know, you come in Belgium, you see people with big cars, you want to do the same thing. So you will have a spending driven mindset. And that's something I really hope people that come from the diaspora doesn't have, because they tend to want to prove to others that they're worth it like them. And that's like
Have your own objectives.
it's really a bad mindset, because also myself I tempted to be like this as well. It's like I want to go to high restaurant, like good restaurant, but for who? For myself or for others? Or
People,
for others?
or to impress people that
But just I'm making stories and stuff. I don't even make stories anymore. Sometimes I forget. Oh man, I didn't film my Instagram, because it's not the same thing. I don't do this for others. I do this for myself. I want a good restaurant for myself, not for others to see that I'm eating good. I know that I'm eating good. They see, they see. But yeah. So, and also you see the Gucci, Balenciaga, all those branding stuff. For who? For yourself? Okay. If it's making you money, it's fine. If you see that being well dressed give you access to places where you will have good networks and good people, okay, I understand. But if it's just to go to clubs and attract girls, that's not the good mindset. So I'm not even watching TV anymore. So don't be fooled by what you see on TV. Be fooled by what you see on the books. Read books and be driven by your own vision. Create a mood board of what will be your lifestyle, what will be your life, what do you want to, why do you want to do what you're doing right now? So what is your vision, what is your why? And have a goal, like a yearly goal. Okay, this is my yearly goal. How can I separate this yearly goal in months? Okay, how can I separate this in weeks? And be hungry to be better, be yourself, be the next person you will be in 1 year. Be in love about yourself. That's this self-love, but be in love of who you will be soon, like in 1 year, in 2 years, in 5 years. And that should be the only fuel you will have in your life. And with that, you will be able to do whatever you want. You can stay here in Europe, or you can go back in Africa and have the money to invest, be an IN, an A-list investor.
Yeah,
Exactly. You came back. You came from a country where you were not an A-list investor.
But
you came
now
here,
coming back,
and now you're coming back being an A-list investor.
You meet the requirements of being an
Exactly.
A-list investor. Exactly.
Don't waste your time. Time is money, and that's something you will never have back. That's something you will never have back. This is the most important thing in life. Time. Bro, what we're doing right now, I will never have it anymore. But I'm glad that I'm spending this time with you. And I hope that this podcast and this interview will at least touch one person. And that this person will change his habit and will take action right now to be better, do better, and attract better. become an A-list investor in your own country.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. So this was Kyle. Kyle, thank you so much for your time, the knowledge, everything. This was, I don't know, it's over an hour, but it feels like 10 minutes. So thank you very much, Kyle.
You're welcome.
We are definitely gonna do an episode 3, an
Definitely.
episode 4, and episode 5 of this as we grow, as the podcast grows. We are all growing, so we're definitely gonna link up again to do like different editions or series of this. It was a pleasure having you, my brother.
That was a pleasure being here, and I think this is the best decision I made today, and maybe it will be the best decision I made in my life. So thank you for taking the time to interview me, seeing the vision in me, and also helping me improve my English, because man, that was so difficult doing it in English. Don't forget guys, that English is not my first language, but please be gentle in the comments. I'm doing my best, and I will do better in the next podcast as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.